The 7-Year Itch, 1955. Marilyn Monroe on a subway grate, her white dress billowing up, the ultimate Manhattan image. Billy Wilder's classic comedy, 52nd and Lex Never Looked Better, A Restless Husband's Summer, NYC's most iconic skirt flip. West Side Story, 1961. Sharks vs. Jets in the streets, Upper West Side turf wars, Bernstein's score hits hard, fire escapes become a stage, a tragic urban love story, New York's operatic masterpiece, a rumble you'll never forget. Breakfast at Tiffany's, 1961. Holly Golightly window shopping, pastry in hand at sunrise. Fifth Avenue's quiet elegance, chasing away the mean reds. Audrey Hepburn defines chic, the city is her jewelry box, New York elegance defined. The Group, 1966. Sidney Lumet directs this drama, based on Mary McCarthy's novel. Vassar graduates in the 1930s. Lunch at the elegant Brevoort. Rice thrown at subway weddings, a grand, soapy social study, vintage Manhattan glamour. The Way We Were, 1973. Redford and Streisand in love, rowing across Central Park Lake, a tearjerker for the ages. Romantic views of the 1940s, that finale at the Plaza Hotel. Your heart will absolutely break, pure cinematic romance. An Unmarried Woman, 1978. Jill Clayburgh finds herself from East 60s to Soho streets. Ice skating at Rockefeller Center, a white-collar husband leaves. She carves out a new life, independence in the big city, a woman's liberation story. Manhattan, 1979. Woody Allen's black and white ode, Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue plays, sweeping skylines and benches. Keaton and Streep co-star, viscerally stirring city visuals, a whimsical, moody masterpiece, a love letter to New York. Moonstruck, 1987. Cher in Brooklyn Heights. Snap out of it, she yells. A night at the Met Opera, the moon hits your eye, Italian family chaos and love, unsentimental yet romantic, that's Amore in NYC. Crossing Delancey, 1988. Amy Irving plays Izzy Grossman. A single woman in New York, grandma plays matchmaker, pickle shop owner versus author, Lower East Side romance, a rare, charming Jewish rom-com, love in the pickle aisle. Working Girl, 1988. Staten Island ferry commute, Melanie Griffith climbs the ladder, shoulder pads and big hair. Harrison Ford as the love interest. A Head for Business, Bod for Sin, the ultimate workplace comedy, 80s corporate ambition. Do the Right Thing, 1989. Spike Lee's Bed, Stuy masterpiece, the hottest day of the summer. Racial tensions boil over, shot entirely on Stuyvesant Avenue. Pizza delivery and protest. Humor meets tragic reality. A sweltering urban classic. When Harry Met Sally, 1989. Can Men and Women Be Friends? Katz's Deli becomes a legend. Autumn Leaves in Central Park. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, Nora Ephron's script shines. A pilgrimage for rom-com fans, I'll Have What She's Having. Goodfellas, 1990. Scorsese's mob drama masterpiece, Ray Liotta Always Wanted This, shot largely in Astoria, Queens. De Niro and Pesci terrify, the Copacabana tracking shot, a web of crime and family, gangster life defined. Metropolitan, 1990. Whit Stillman's indie debut, debutante balls and tuxedos, wealthy co-eds on winter break, Park Avenue socialites banter. An outsider joins the pack, identity politics and angst, preppy NY at its finest. The Prince of Tides, 1991. Nick Nolte hates New York. Barbra Streisand changes his mind, a psychiatrist and her patient, football in the city park, Grand Central Station farewell, slow dancing in the Rainbow Room, reluctantly falling for NYC. Crooklyn, 1994. Spike Lee's personal memoir, Bed-Stuy in the early 1970s. A young girl named Troy, living with 4 brothers, a bittersweet family portrait, colorful, loud, and real Brooklyn childhood nostalgia. Vanya on 42nd Street, 1994. Julianne Moore and Wallace Shawn rehearsing Chekhov for years. Filmed in a crumbling theater, New Amsterdam on 42nd Street. No costumes, just pure acting. Louis Malle captures the art, theater comes to life. Uptown Girls, 2003. Brittany Murphy meets Dakota Fanning. A nanny and a precocious teen, tea party ride at Coney Island, the old Bendel storefront, Sheep's Meadow in the park, an unlikely touching bond, sweet city friendship. Saving Face, 2004. Alice Wu's feature debut, a surgeon and her mother, unwed, pregnancy and secrets, Will falls for a dancer, filmed in Queens and Brooklyn, queer Chinese-American life, heartwarming cultural clash. The Squid and the Whale, 2005. Noah Baumbach's indie darling, Park Slope in the 1980s. A family deals with divorce. Jeff Daniels and Laura Linney, The Museum of Natural History, Intellectuals Behaving Badly, A Brooklyn Coming of Age. Rent, 2005. 525,600 Minutes of Love, Bohemians in Alphabet City, Living with HIV/AIDS in NYC, based on the Broadway hit, No Day But Today, Artists Struggle to Survive, A Musical Revolution. Sex and the City, 2008. New York is the Fifth Star, Carrie's Dream Wedding Drama, The New York Public Library, Cocktails at Bemelman's Bar, Fashion, Friendship, and Love, A Fairy Tale Ending at City Hall, The City's Favorite Quartet. Frances Ha, 2013. Greta Gerwig dances through streets, shot in gleaming black and white, stumbling through post-college life, apartment hunting struggles, friendship, heartbreak, and joy, endlessly endearing and real, modern classic in monochrome. If Beale Street Could Talk, 2018. Barry Jenkins directs Baldwin, mid-century Harlem in lush color, Regina King's Oscar winner, a love story amid injustice, visually stunning and poetic, fighting for a future together, love conquers in Harlem. On the Rocks, 2020. Sofia Coppola directs Bill Murray, a father-daughter reconnaissance mission, tracking a suspicious husband, Cocktails at the Carlisle Hotel, Rashida Jones as the daughter, a love letter to Manhattanites, charmingly sophisticated caper. Honora, 2024. Sean Baker's Wild Ride, a Brooklyn stripper gets lucky, marries a Russian oligarch's son, Brighton Beach to Coney Island, Pretty Woman goes chaotic, money, drugs, and crashing down, a gritty Cinderella story.